Guys, it has been a while since I've done a Vayne gameplay, so let's go down into my Vayne loadout. So let's first start off with the items you're going to want to build. You're going to want to go Blade of the Rune King, Phantom Dancer, Stasis, Static Shiv, Infinity Edge, and Guardian Angel. So if you will go Phantom Dancer second if you feel like you need a little bit more tankiness because the lifeline passive on the ability is super good. But if you want to have more damage, then I would switch the Static Shiv with the Phantom Dancer instead, so you do more damage. For the runes, you're going to want to go Conqueror, Brutal, Hunter Titan, and Mana Flow Band. Mana Flow Band's perfect because of Vayne's energy consumption in the early game, so I feel like this solves the issue really well. Or what you could do instead is switch Hunter Titan for regeneration and switch Mana Flow Band to Sweet Tooth. Now for the spells, you can use Barrier and Flash or Heal and Flash, but I really recommend the Barrier. But yeah, in this gameplay, it was a pretty decent Vayne game. I didn't really land the best condemns, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get right on into the video. Alright guys, so in this video, I was playing some Vayne, and it was a pretty decent game. I kind of wasted a little bit of time trying to go up the river, but the interesting thing, guys, is every time I pick Vayne, there's always Draven. So I think my next strategy when it comes to picking the champs I want to play is I gotta wait for them to pick the ADC, because playing Vayne into Draven is terrible experience. But what made this even half playable was having Deceived on Lux. And why is that? Well, Lux has a barrier that's pretty insane, and what a nice combo to do with Lux is, if you're playing ADC, you want your Lux to throw the shield out onto you, and then that's when you go take the trade. Because when you take a trade while you have barrier up, it will soak up damage. It will soak up damage, which is really good. That's what makes barriers really strong in the early game laning phase, because barriers are the best way to soak up damage compared to anything else. So doing that against Draven is really good, because if Draven wants to auto attack me, he has to go through the Lux barrier first. And so another way we could combo this laning phase is maybe I condemn someone into a wall with a follow-up root, or Lux root someone, and then I can condemn them into a wall. But honestly, this game, I did not land any crazy condemns, sadly. I find it really hard to land it, to be honest. I feel like people are really good at just not being close to walls, or maybe they should just increase the condemns range, because I actually feel like it's quite hard sometimes to really find a good opening to land it. But one nice thing though is, even if I miss the condemn on Draven, I'm still pushing him out of his axe, so it actually makes it hard for Draven to keep his axes going, because I could push him out of the axe range when he's trying to pick it up. So that's one thing you can look forward to if you are playing a Vayne into Draven matchup. Now, just some things I look out for when I'm playing Vayne. I want to pick Vayne when I'm against tanky champions, because Vayne's true damage is absolutely insane. And plus, I find Vayne to be one of the most I have the most fun when I'm playing Vayne, because her kit is so interesting. I mean, she has rolls. Her skill 2 is just super nice to get that extra attack speed, and the passive on the skill 2 is really interesting. The condemn itself is a very interesting ability. You're able to push someone into a wall, and if you hit them into a wall, it does a lot of damage and stuns them. And the ultimate's really awesome. So I just feel like Vayne has such an interesting kit, and just has not really been in the meta. No one has gone into a game and is like, okay, oh my god, they picked Vayne, we're gonna lose this game. I don't think I've ever heard someone say that. And so yeah, hopefully maybe one time we will get a Vayne meta, but maybe not. So right here we're comboing Draven, but it's really hard to kill Draven in the early game. As you can see right here, I'm just chasing him down, using my barrier, trying to do everything I can to kill him, but I can't, because Sona is healing Draven, and I don't have any heal cutting in the early game, so there's nothing really that could be done about that. But we're able to show that we could still contest Draven, and it's literally only because of Lux. Literally, without having Lux, it would be a lot harder to win against Draven, because Draven is just so broken in the early game. And right here, we're just going in a full-on fight. Draven does end up dying to the Ignite. And right here, I'm just poking. So, Vayne is very good into Galio, because Galio is a tank, and Vayne does true damage, which can shred all of Galio's tank and shielding that he gives to his teammates. And yeah, so like I said, I usually like picking Vayne into tanky champions. I like Vayne into Camille as well, but definitely do not play Vayne if you're trying to grind the elo. Vayne is very weak in the early game, and when you have such a weak champion in the early game, it's very hard, it's very easy for you to get behind to a point where you can't carry the game. Now, a very fed Vayne at mid game is very scary. Very scary because of her damage output and her kit. It's very hard to kill her, and it's so easy to chase kills with your normal passive. Your passive allows you to run faster towards the enemy, which can be very, very great for securing kills. I mean, people have flashes, people have abilities that can dash them away. So Vayne's passive is very good for chasing down kills. And also her role allows her to chase opponents as well and run away. So Vayne at mid game is very scary. So what does it take to get to the mid game stage? Well, there's a couple of things. Number one, you need to make sure to go even in your laning phase, guys. I mean, Vayne, what does Vayne have to offer? Absolutely nothing. I mean, she does negative damage. You're almost healing the enemy when you're auto attacking them. So what you have to do is make sure to just go even, farm up as much CS as you can, do not get ganked, and just farm. When you pick Vayne, just think about farming. And when it comes to once you get your ultimate, they recently buffed the AD you get on the ultimate of Vayne. So once you turn level 5, you could look for a potential fight, but it always depends. But you always want to keep in mind of one thing is when you're using your ultimate, keep in mind of the ways you can roll, because the ways you can roll can make or break a fight. When you roll, you're able to turn invisible, which allows you to dodge abilities, stay safe, and there's actually a point in time in this gameplay where I use that to my advantage. So right here, I just combo Galio, bada bing, bada boom, and they just fall like flies. I mean, once you're able to condemn an opponent into a wall, you actually do a lot of damage, because if you do not condemn someone into a wall, you don't get that bonus damage you would if it were to stun them. So yeah. When you're playing Vayne, let's go back to the main objective of playing Vayne. Well, you farm up. Once you get your ultimate, you could look for kills. Your ultimate is your best source of killing someone. Without your ultimate, it's very, very, very hard. Because everyone out damages you, kind of. So you got to use it very carefully. And plus, when you use it, you always want to make sure to look to get one kill, because when you get one kill, it will last longer. So right here, Deceive just turns God mode and lives under tower, which was super crazy. And at this stage, guys, I'm actually pretty strong. I'm pretty strong because I have a kill. Draven is behind, so he can't really punish me anymore. Going against a Vayne that's unpunishable is very, very scary. So what I want to look to do is now just help the team. And what I'm always going to try to do is focus the front line, guys, because Vayne does damage to everyone. You know those unkillable Garens? Well, Vayne could shred a Garen down like it's nothing. So that's why you can run Vayne, especially if you're in a laning phase where you can't go punish. Like, let's think of a laning phase you can go against that you won't get punished. Well, you want to play against things that do not have longer ranges than you or out damage you by too much. So, for example, if you're playing Vayne, you could play Vayne into Kai'Sa. I feel like playing Vayne into Kai'Sa is a great matchup for Vayne and one of the best because, I mean, Kai'Sa has a short range, and plus, Vayne shreds the shielding that Kai'Sa gets from her ultimate, which I've 1v1 some Vaynes with Kai'Sa, and I've lost because, I mean, the barrier just does not have as much as a great effect. So right here, we're actually losing a fight. So this game actually, we get kind of behind with some bad team fights and just getting caught out. Which is not good because you never want to get too behind with Vayne. But yeah, so you want to pick Vayne into matchups that are decent. Right here, oh my god, right here, guys, we just finally, look at how fast I can chase down this Sona. I do end up flashing. I missed the condemn into wall, guys. What I was trying to do was flash condemn Sona into a wall, but I think the flash angle I took was just not at the right angle. If I went a little bit more closer to my wall instead of flashing on top of Sona, it actually would have been better. But it is what it is. So another thing that I keep in mind when I'm taking these fights is of the way I roll. Right there, boom, the condemn did enough damage to secure the kill, and man, it feels so great, man. Hearing when you proc the skill 2 passive on the 3rd auto, it's so satisfying, guys. It's so satisfying. And plus this Vayne skin is pretty decent. The Heart Seeker, I think it is. But when it comes to these team fights against Kennen, a nice thing I could do with my condemn, the condemn is very versatile. You could use it as a stun, or you could use it to push him away. So Kennen is a target that I could always be pushing away. We actually end up not doing too well in this team fight. We kind of get separated. Camille chases us down right here, and I'm just trying to poke on the line. I condemn Camille into the bush, and this is where Kennen tries to do a bunch of damage. And actually, this game's coming back to me, guys. Something really bad happens in this game, I'm pretty sure. Maybe, no, it's definitely this game. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, as you guys can see, everything's going downhill. Yep, it's coming back to me, guys. Oh my god, it's coming back to me. I played this game a couple of hours ago, actually a lot of hours ago, and we make a very bad mistake, and I'm gonna cover it. It's actually learning experience for you guys, because you guys have probably made this mistake as well. So let's see. But anyways, we took a bunch of bad team fights and we're losing the dragon. But one great thing with Vayne is, oh, right here, this Sona is just trolling. And then again, another terrible condemn from my part, just really bad. But we actually end up just fighting them anyways. This Draven actually took a while to kill because I wasn't able to get onto him. And then the Sona heal, the honey fruit, like, oh my god, Draven just died. Man, guys, I'm actually very upset. I'm thinking about this throw we did this game, and it's actually so bad that, oh my god, I can't believe it. Actually, I can't believe it. Oh my god, is it here? Guys, we get the dumb idea of starting Baron, and oh, guys, you can't believe it. You guys will not believe what this Kennen did. I'm just not gonna talk. Yep, that Kennen. You could just see it in my camera. That. Now you're asking, how do you come back from that? I don't even know how we won at this point. That was the most tilting thing I think I've ever experienced. Oh my god, just watching this back right now, I'm feeling the tilt through the screen. I mean, I didn't think Kennen could do that. I misplayed that, bro. That shouldn't have happened. But right here, our Gragas actually does a decent job of delaying the Baron, but they do end up getting the Baron. So, yeah. Wow. I mean, this game looks lost, guys, but believe it or not, we win this game. And actually, now I remember. It's coming back to me. Boys. They actually make a bad their macro falls apart. See right there, I just keep pushing people away. Right here, guys, when I use my ultimate, I take advantage of the invisibility right there. If you guys saw, I took advantage of the invisibility, and right here, we just go off. This is actually a major turning point in the game. Boom, I got the 1,000 gold bounty on... Guys, I've been... I actually climbed a lot of elo today. I'm getting close, boys. I'm gonna get challenger within 2 weeks of time. I'm giving me 2 weeks of time. I'm gonna hit challenger. Maybe I could do it this week if I really rush it. But Camille jungles again. If you're against, the thing is that the jungle role is so unbalanced, guys. Like, if you have a good jungler on your team, you're probably gonna win the game. If you have a bad jungler, you're probably gonna lose the game. And the problem is, I think I gained a lot of elo today. I gained like over 100 LP in Diamond Elo. And I think the common things that I ended up losing against was Camille jungle, and the Camille jungle was a little bit better than my jungler player. And why it's so hard to beat is that Camille is so good at ganking laners and singling out targets. Her ultimate is ridiculous. I mean, you get ulted, you are dead unless the Camille is trolling. So that's why I find it super hard to play against jungle Camille. I mean, Lee Sin, you know, you could be careful, make sure he misses his skill 1. Against Vi, you can stasis the ultimate. What else junglers are there? I mean, I'm trying to think. There's a lot of other junglers. I mean, Rengar, stay away from the bushes. I mean, dude, Camille is just insane. So, yeah, right here is where the turning point happens. Basically, they end up fighting a 4v4 against us, and the Camille, the strongest player on their team, did not help them fight. So this is the huge turning point. So right here, I'm like, okay, Deceive, let's just push down these turrets. Maybe try to even end the game. I'm actually thinking, let's try to end this game, but we're not actually able to end the game because of the cooldown timer. So the game plan changes to, okay, we can't end this game, but what we can do is get this inhibitor tower, go do Cloud Dragon, reset, buy our items, and take one more fight and win the game. And that's exactly what ends up happening. I mean, it's crazy. They had Infernal Dragon, they had Ocean Dragon, they had Baron, and now they're losing the game. I mean, like I said, like, dude, Wilder, this is what makes Wilder fun, is that the game can go either way. It really can. I mean, you could have, it makes it exciting. It really does make it exciting. Games like this are really fun to play. Being able to come back, those games are the most satisfying games. Tell me in the comments if coming back from a deficit and winning is super satisfying. Like, it's so satisfying. Like, those wins, when you hop out of the game, you're like, damn, bro, I'm so hyped, we just won that. But obviously losing games where you're ahead is very tilting. So, you know, there's a give and take to experiences like those. But yeah. Now, oh no, now I'm remembering moments where I've thrown games. But right here, we're just gonna take one final fight. You're gonna see me use my ultimate, and I use my ultimate while we're trying to get a kill so it can last longer. Boom, I'm standing right outside this cannon's radius, and I'm just focusing the front line. Boom, we wipe them all pretty easy. And yeah, there's just nothing they can do. So the moral of the story is, Vayne, pick Vayne in good matchups, use my loadout, farm, try to make plays with your ultimate, and secure kills. Do not use your ultimate if you can't get a kill. You need your ultimate to last as long as possible. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more ADC Wilder content just like this, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.